So guys, it looks like going into Season 3 of The Last of Us, the HBO series, there's going to be a major shake-up behind the scenes. It looks like The Last of Us creator Neil Druckmann has exited the HBO series ahead of that Season 3. We know going into Season 3, the perspective on the story is going to completely change. It was teased at the end of Season 2. We're going to switch to Abby's point of view and the events that are taking place. Very much like in The Last of Us Part 2, the video game. Part of the narrative, we switch to Abby's perspective and see the events from her kind of point of view. And I mean, I'm looking forward to that. I mean, Season 2 wasn't perfect. It was a step down from Season 1. I don't think anybody disagrees with that. But a lot of people are going to be breathing a sigh of relief that Neil Druckmann is no longer involved. People really don't like this guy's involvement with the game or with the series. They think his writing is bad, and just look around on social media and you'll see a lot of comments talking about him and how people really don't like the guy. But anyway, regardless of all that, let's get into this article. Let's start breaking down this news and let's see what kind of ramifications his exit's going to have for Season 3 and this series going forward. By the way, this article comes to us from bloodydisgusting.com. So, The Last of Us creator Neil Druckmann exits HBO series ahead of Season 3. So, did he choose to leave through his own fruition? Was he kicked out of the project? Let's go down and read into it and see exactly what happened here. So, Neil Druckmann, the creator of the video game The Last of Us and co-creator of its series adaptation, is exiting the show ahead of Season 3. The game's creator made the announcement on X via video game developer Naughty Dog. So we have the statement there, but what we're going to do, we're going to go over to X and actually read the official statement. This was the post that was put out on the official Naughty Dog page. So let's have a read of this and see what he had to say for himself. So, to our Naughty Dog community, we wanted to let you know that the studio head Neil Druckmann delivered the following message to our team this morning. So, he went on to say the following. I've made the difficult decision to step away from my creative involvement in The Last of Us on HBO. With work completed on Season 2, and before any meaningful work starts on Season 3, now is the right time for me to transition my complete focus to Naughty Dog and its future projects, including writing and directing our exciting new game, Intergalactic: The Heretic Prophet. I mean, that game's had its controversy in it of itself. I mean, this guy, Neil Druckmann, he's very much like Rachel Zegler. It's like wherever this guy goes and whatever he does, controversy just surrounds this guy everywhere. Everything he touches, anything he gets involved in, like controversy just follows him. And it's the same with Rachel Zegler. So I compare these two people, even though they're very different. They're just like, for some reason, they just invite the circus wherever they go. Along with my responsibilities as studio head and head of creative. So, co-creating the show has been a career highlight. It's been an honour to work alongside Craig Mazin, who is absolutely phenomenal. That guy is he's so great. To executive produce, direct and write on the last 2 seasons. I'm deeply thankful for the thoughtful approach and dedication the talented cast and crew took to adapting The Last of Us Part 1 and the continued adaptation of The Last of Us Part 2. So, that's the official statement he had to put out there in regards to him leaving. It still doesn't really tell us whether... Well, I guess here he does say, I decided to leave so I could focus on other things. So I guess it does tell us to a point that he decided to focus on the Intergalactic: The Heretic Prophet. I mean, they've got a lot to do to get people on board with that game. They put out the preview. They put out a few pictures, months ago now. And people ripped it apart. They ripped it to shreds. People hated what they showed. And yeah, it just didn't look good for that game. So they've got a lot of work to do with that. But yeah, I mean, people are going to be very happy about this because a lot of people just really don't like Neil Druckmann. They don't like his writing style. They think that he destroyed The Last of Us with the Part 2 video game. And like I say, Season 2 was a major step down as well. But we all knew that was coming anyway. We all forecast that before the season even started. So, okay, so that's the statement there. We've pretty much read that. Craig Mazin, Druckmann's creative partner over the first 2 seasons, will now serve as the sole showrunner and lead writer for the series. So we're going to be able to see what Craig Mazin can do with this series. Now he's going to be writing it and going to be the sole showrunner. This is the guy who did that Chernobyl miniseries. And by the way, if you haven't seen Chernobyl, Craig Mazin, I believe he directed most of it, if not all of it. Absolutely phenomenal show. And that shows you the caliber of what we're dealing with when you deal with Craig Mazin. As for what's ahead, the upcoming season will primarily tell Abby's side of the story, which we know from the end of Season 2. It's the same approach taken by the video game, The Last of Us Part 2, which the HBO series adapting across the least 2 seasons of television. Abby is played by Caitlin Dever, who joined the 2nd season of the HBO series. I think that season 3 could potentially be good because Caitlin Dever, she's a strong actress. She's more liked than Bella Ramsey by far. So having her being at the front of season 3, her taking control of basically this season of The Last of Us, it could be a stronger season. And I think a lot of people will be, more happy with having someone with the caliber of Caitlin Dever taking over from Bella Ramsey. A lot of people just don't like Bella Ramsey. She was completely miscast in the role as Ellie. I even maintain that to this day. It's distracting to a point because she looks nothing like her. She plays the role in a very unlikable way as well. Yeah, and it's just not good casting to me. So, The Last of Us Season 3 will show us what Abby was up to while Ellie was hunting her down in Seattle. Abby is the hero of her story, series co-creator Craig Mazin recently noted. Yeah, I mean, you can see either Ellie or Abby as the kind of hero of this story. It depends which angle and which kind of philosophical stance you want to take a look at. But either one of these characters, there's so much ambiguity and kind of grayness between these characters. Depending on which way you look at the story, each one of them could be a good or bad character. So that's kind of the fun of this franchise, I think, is that there's so much nuance and grayness between these two characters. So stay tuned for more upcoming third season, especially now that Mazin will be flying solo as we learn it. And I think that's pretty much all we have for now. So yeah, I mean, a major shake-up. Craig Mazin's going to be writing Season 3, and we've got Caitlin Dever pretty much spearheading Season 3 as well, instead of Bella Ramsey. So I think, with Craig Mazin gone, and Caitlin Dever being at the forefront instead of Bella Ramsey, I think we're in for a chance that this could be the best season that we've had so far of The Last of Us. I know a lot of people don't like the Abby character, so that may put a lot of people off from watching it, the fact that it's going to be following her, but I think people need to give it a chance because Caitlin Dever is such a great actress, and we really need to support her and see what she can do in this role. And I hope people tune in and watch it, and like I say, Craig Mazin and Caitlin Dever, I think it's going to be like a new show to some degree. But guys, there we are. So what do you think about this kind of really explosive news that Neil Druckmann has exited Season 3 of the HBO series The Last of Us? Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Jump down in the comment section, leave your thoughts, your comments, your opinions, and anything else you want to say about the franchise, guys. We'd love to hear your input as always. Thanks so much for being here. Make sure you hit the like button before you leave. Consider becoming a subscriber to support the content here on the channel. I would much appreciate that. And hit the notification bell so you can stay up to date with more streaming and movie news that we have going on the channel. And as always, with that down, I will see you in the next video.